Yo, what's up guys? We're gonna have to make some adjustments for our beloved Molten Strike skill. Because, to be honest, I was kinda lazy about reading all the patch notes and I just skipped some parts of it. And so I didn't recognize some changes that will infect our skill tree. So yeah, let's talk about this. First big change is how Elemental Overload works now. Elemental Overload will only proc if your skill dealt a critical strike. This means you won't get the buff anymore for early leveling, or maybe like 1 in 100 time. I never recognized having Elemental Overload while leveling, so don't take this anymore. It's really bad. It's way too inconsistent now, so don't skill it. I'm very sorry about this, but hey. Nevertheless, we still gonna skill these nodes over here because they are very good for early leveling while we have a sword. And later on, when we're gonna have a claw, we're gonna refund those skill points and respec them into here, into the claw cluster and the life over there. Another big change that will impact our skill tree is how fortification works. So Fortify, or the Fortify gem now, only works on big hits. That means jumping into or leap slamming into a mob pack with Fortify will only give you 4 fortification stacks out of 20 for 4 seconds. And then we just do nothing. We just jump into the pack, clear the pack, jump into the next pack, clear the pack. So we barely will get our 17 Fortify stacks up all the time. And we want to have those 20 Fortify stacks, because this is 20% damage mitigation. 4 stacks are only 4% damage mitigation, right? So to get our Fortify now, we're gonna skill into the Fortify cluster. You can take Rampart, which will give you a little bit of damage while you are fortified. Or you can also take, if you're already skilled into here, Stat Feast, and then skill the level over there from Bloodlust. So just skip this one like over here and go into Steadfast and take Bloodlust with you. Maybe also Call to Arms for Enduring Cry, since we have a gem slot open now, since we don't use Fortify anymore. And yeah, and grab melee hits Fortify. This one is really important because now you will get from each hit, from your leap slam, from your normal auto attacks, from the Molten Strike, you will get Fortify or fortification stacks, and you will have 17 fortification stacks up all the time. This is really important. So please skill this one. It's really good, and I totally slept on this one. I'm sorry. Other changes or other things that I recognized while leveling. So I will have to do a new leveling setup for you guys, or a new leveling PoB. Probably next league, not this league, maybe mid-league. I'm just super busy with my work, and I barely have time to play and to do POBs and YouTube and stuff like that. So I'm very sorry about that one. But we have some other changes. So first I want to talk about leveling changes. We already talked about Command of the Elements are gone. But I didn't recognize was also Honed Edge is gone. And this is really sad, because Honed Edge was a really good node for early leveling with a sword. So now we're gonna have 6 nodes that are gone that give us utility with the elemental resistance and big damage boosts, right? This is really sad. For this, you can now take Fatal Blade and also level into here. Like, let me show you. Yeah. You can level now here into Primal Force, and you can take Fatal Blade Review for early leveling. So that's what I have done, at least. So, for late game, we're gonna have to talk about another thing. And this is Heartseeker. Those little nodes over here won't give you any DPS at all, because with your perfect setup or your gear at the end, you will always have 100% crit chance. Always. So those little nodes over here won't give you anything at all. So don't skill it at well. I would not recommend skilling it, because wasting 2 skill points only to get 1 big node isn't worth it. With 3 skill points, you will get this same amount of damage out of another node, plus more utility or other stuff. Right? So, yeah. Don't skill Heartseeker. It's only okay-ish, or it's only good if you want to take reduced extra damage from critical strikes. Only then it's viable to skill Heartseeker. So with those 3 nodes that we're gonna have now, and if you just deskill some other nodes, okay? This is up to you. What you deskill is always up to you. Okay? I would probably deskill Furry Bolts to get more nodes out of it. And so we can skill Golem's Blood, for example. So this would be 22% more life. In total, as you can see, we are now at nearly 7.1k life. Instead of like 6.5k. So this is what you can do for later options if you go for the 100%, right? If you go for the level 100 push. Only then. But it's also showing you what nodes you can skip if you only are level 95 or 96. The biggest damage increase you're gonna get out of the whole tree now, if you don't skill Heartseeker because it's just bad for the late game, only good for the early game, is this one over here. It's Champion of the Course and skilling the increased mana efficiency of skills. Because then, as you may see, we have up to 28% unreserved mana. And this will allow us... Right, did I fuck it up? Yeah. Last time it was perfect. I don't know what I have. Do I not have precision? I have. Okay. I just took the wrong mastery. Nice. If you take the increased mana restoration. Now it's good. So now we don't have to take this one. We will have enough mana now to get in Rev. And as you may see, Rev is the biggest damage multiplier. Okay? It's 300k more DPS from 3 nodes plus 1 that was over here than Heartseeker. So for the biggest damage increase, go on your max level with Champion of the Course and get in Rev. If you don't take the increased mana efficiency, you can get in Empower very easily because we have enough mana for now. Okay? But this is the best damage option you're gonna get. What you can also do is skilling this again. This little life cluster over here. And we're gonna take Fury Bolts. Then you're at 7k life and 4.6 with this gear in this setup. So this is also very good. It's up to you. And talking about another good mastery that I totally underestimated. Well, I know it was good, okay? I know it was good. But I wasn't sure how good it is. because PoB wasn't working. But thanks to the update yesterday, we're gonna see how good this node here is. Dexterity's accuracy bonus instead went +3 to accuracy rating per dexterity. Since we are scaling, or we are skilling, not scaling, a lot into this side of the tree, we're gonna get a quite big amount of dexterity, or okayish amount of dexterity, right? By the way, don't get confused by the intelligence, it's just no intelligence on the gear. For intelligence problem, you can always skill these those two intelligence nodes over there. Just as a quick reminder. Yeah. Since we are skilling up to this side, get a lot of dexterity, blah, blah, blah. If you take this node now will give us 200 flat accuracy rating. And that's a big number. This is just what a nearly maxed rolled Abyss Jewel is. Right? So if you look, it's one skill point for 153k DPS for one skill point. So if you can afford it later on, this is a very good node that you can skill. I totally underestimated it. Okay? Also, another thing that I want to talk is fuck Hinekora Sight and fuck Lion Ice Remorse. This league, at least. So, thanks to those shield thrower bleeding bulls from last league, Lion Ice Remorse is a big shield nowadays. Last league it was about 8 chaos early on. Now this league early on it's about 50 to 100 chaos, only because of those SST bleed champions. So yeah, fuck Lion Ice Remorse. It's way too expensive for early on. It's no early game option anymore. I took this one. I just took the ES shield base and get the increased lightning damage, resistance, and life. And I got some mana so I can reserve my mana a little bit better. And I got the intelligence for it. I paid 3 chaos for this one on trade. 3 chaos. And now compare this to a 50 chaos Lion Ice Remorse. Yes, we don't have armor. Yes, we don't have that insane amount of life boost. But hey, this is 3 chaos. Just grab any 3 chaos shield on the market. It's just way better. Maybe you also don't have to take a shield. Just go with double Greywood Shanks for more DPS, okay? It's also pretty good. Because, yes, Command of Elements is gone. If you want to skill up your block chance, I would recommend going also into Command of Steel, by the way. Because this will give you a good amount of damage. But you can also skill your block and play with a shield. Also, fuck Hinekora Sight. Hinekora Sight max roll costs about 1x to 2x salts. Because, I don't know, GGG thought, oh my god, those accuracy stacking builds. Yeah, we have to nerf the early game option, so Hinekora Sight that never rolled accuracy rating now has to roll between 600 and 1k accuracy rating. Thanks. Yeah, so a max rolled or a very good Hinekora Sight is very expensive and no option anymore as a league starter. You can go with a Direct Salute. Probably it's not the best, but hey, it's okay. You can go with a Carnage Shard. Hey, it's not the best, but it's okay. You know what I mean? You can also take, I don't know, a Hero's Truth. I think it's Hero's Truth. That's also, I think, pretty good. Yeah. Hero's Truth is also kinda okay. It will give you cold damage. It's also okay for Trinity. Flat physical that's converted. A lot of dex, more accuracy rating. Early level 22 precision. Yay. Crit multi. Life leech. And precision increased mana reservation. It's a really good one. But if you need intelligence, then it's bad, of course. So yeah, I would just rather grab a Hero's Truth. It's just a way better amulet as an early starter now than Hinekora. Okay? Those are 2 changes. Anyway, talking about my gear at the moment. Those are my boots. I grabbed them for 20 chaos on the market. This is always the first thing you should do. Grab those fucking boots. Those are my Oscam gloves. Very cheap ones. 5 chaos on the market. Nothing special, okay? It's a Thief's Torment. Yeah. And I also got an Obscurantis into here. And I also have an Obscurantis here. By the way, I was very sad. I wanted to have a tier 3 modifier first before I'm just keeping my tier 1. The tier 1 Obscurantis Scourge modifier was kinda the best at the moment. Because it had plus 27 intelligence. It was pretty good. And reduced global defensive, yeah, but it was very good. So yeah. And I also got already not a good cluster, just I just got Feat of Fury with martial prowess and that's it. This tier 1 is shit. And Nature's Patience to get insane damage and more defense layer. Don't forget your Nature's Patience to grab very early on. It's the best damage jewel and defense modifier jewel you're gonna get. Okay? Yeah. And that's everything from me, guys. I hope you have an insane Scourge league. It's really crazy how fucking strong Scourge minions are. Holy shit. Have you ever played Delirium and Scourge in one? With the Scourge stacks up, it's crazy, okay? The damage is crazy. But hey, we are a tanky build later on. I hope so. Well, guys, have a great Scourge League and see you on the next one.